Addison Rae has dropped her debut album, Addison, which is kind of interesting that there's anticipation for an Addison Rae album. Obviously, we know her from, well, we first knew her from her big TikTok dances, you know, the Renegade, all that. And she was one of the most followed people on the TikTok app. But like all social media people do, she ventured out to the music, and her first single was Obsessed, which came out in what, like 2021 maybe? And it wasn't a great debut track. It got crapped on pretty hard, and for reasons I understand, because it was a pretty annoying song, pretty bland, annoying as hell chorus. And then after that, we kind of stopped hearing from Addison music-wise for a year or two. And then what kind of changed was, I believe she had some leaks get put out there. From the leaks, she actually like managed to gain a little bit of a cult following around them, which eventually led to her actually putting out an EP of the leaks, which featured freaking Charlie XCX on them, and it was well received amongst pop fans. Then that just kind of got the ball rolling. After the Von Dutch remix, she released the Diet Pepsi single, which was huge, and then it was just single after single after single, met with a bunch of acclaim. In fact, if you look at like the Rate Your Music charts right now for all of her singles, the ratings are like ridiculous. And yeah, that's just built up a lot of hype for an Addison Rae record. And honestly, as of now, I can't really say I've quite understood the hype. I have not been super blown away by a single at all. I do think the influences that Addison pulls from are pretty cool. Very like throwback 2000s Madonna, Britney. I think she has a little bit mix of like Twigs and Lana in there as well. So while I have liked some of the production choices, and I do like some of the influences she pulls from, I just haven't heard anything that has intrigued me, that has brought something new to the table. I haven't really been impressed by a lot of the writing, and vocally, you know, she's not great. Obviously, she's not horrible, but the thing is, if you're not a great vocalist, you kind of have to bring some strong songwriting. And as of now, I don't think that's been the case, but who knows? All I'm really hoping for is some of these deep cuts are a lot stronger than the singles, and maybe some of the singles will grow on me in context of the album. But yeah, without further ado, Addison Rae, Addison debut album. Let's go. Track 1, New York.
Big Apple.
Starting with the Big Apple.
Next up to the club, I'm a dance whore. Kick drum, chew gum,
Oh. Drums. Wait, what was that line?
I'm a dance whore. Kick drum, chew gum,
Kick drum, chew gum. I'm getting heavy Twigs influence off this one, and a little bit of Charlie too. I don't. That hook is. The drums are cool though. I don't know what the hell these lyrics are though, man. Oh, tempo change. This is cool. Okay. Thoughts on New York? I mean, I like the production a lot. I got a little bit of a Twigs mixed with some Charlie in there, definitely. But man, what were these lyrics, man? Love New York, love New York, love New York, New York. Yeah, so it's a bit of it's pretty repetitive. It's kind of giving me like Charlie. Everything is romantic lyrically, but just not as camp. Sorry. Production was cool though. Production was cool. I did like the production. The drum kicks were cool. The tempo change towards the back end was pretty cool. The vocals were whatever. But yeah, the issue for me was definitely the writing. All right, anyways. Track 2, Diet Pepsi. This was like the biggest single. Easily my least favorite single. I'm kind of confused at what the love was for this song. It's like a really boring Lana song. And again, the lyrics. I don't get it. I mean, I've heard this sound gotten already. Is this not just a Lana song? It's a Lana song with less interesting lyrics and not as strong as vocal capability. And oh wait, also instrumentally, easily the weakest. This instrumental is not as standout as the other singles. This is easily the weakest instrumental out of all the singles. Can we at least agree on that? Yeah, still can't say I understand what's so interesting about that song. Easily the weakest instrumental of all the singles in my opinion. And again, lyrically, what are we doing? Yeah, I mean, the vocals just were very Lana, like early era Lana. It's not horrible, but it's easily the most boring single to me. All right, next track. Money is Everything. Charlie Sims. From Charlie Sims. Wants to get high with Gaga? I mean, relatable. I feel that, I guess. from Roll Up with Lana. That's a very 2000s outro. A little short though, to be honest. I think that everyone, like, that is the most camp song I think Addison Rae has probably made. It was a little weird. The intro was a little silly. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess I respect it. Like, it was a little campy. Like, that's actual kind of camp. I do think, like, structurally, it was a bit messy. Like, maybe a cool idea was there. And again, some of the lyrics, like, I mean, the Lady Gaga, smoking with Lady Gaga and rolling up with Lana, funny. But also, yes, definitely bit Charlie influence. But no, I don't think not in a way that was necessarily like too derivative. Yeah, I kind of wish there was more to that song. Aquamarine, track 4. I thought this one was okay. Cool, it was vibe. This one, you definitely hear the Madonna influence. Definitely hear the Madonna influence on this. The oyster line with the pearl. I do like the production. Like the synths. Like the foundation is there. Again, my issue is I've heard this before. It's not bad, but what is new here, you know? What is standing out? It's cool while it's on, but it's not something I'm gonna desire to go back to. Aquamarine, I think I said Aquamarine was probably my favorite single out of everything because it's got a solid chorus. I like the very like trip hoppy production, very rail like Madonna. The lyrics I think are like the least cringe out of all the singles as well. But like I said, is it bringing anything new to the table? Not really. Is it standing out? Not really, but it's cool while it's on. All right, Lost and Found, track 5. Oh, this is an interlude. Okay, it's an interlude. God, I just realized like half of this album was out already. 2 of the songs are interludes. All right, transition. No transition. Okay, it was a cool vibe, but didn't really get much out of it. At least give me a transition there. Like what? I don't really know. I don't understand the point of it. High fashion. I'm a slut for some shoes. Yeah, that could be a nice transition. I don't need your drugs. I'd rather get high fashion. There's the classic line right there. Like, I understand the sentiment of the song. I just feel like it could be written a lot better in a lot more conveying way. I think I did like this bridge. That's a cool bridge, though. I'd still probably prefer over Diet Pepsi off that bridge alone. Lyrics might be a little bit more cringe, though. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it could have ended. Oh, this one kind of overstayed its welcome. Yeah, it kind of overstayed its welcome. There's some aspects of the production I like. I like the bridge. The writing is probably the worst of the singles and the most cringe. Even though I think like I understand what it's going for lyrically, but I just think it's done in like the weakest way imaginable. All right, Summer Forever. Track 7. First song. What is this chorus? Making out in the car, doing shots at the bar, we're naked at the beach, barefoot on the street. That chorus is super Lana. There's no denying that. It's the bridge. I feel like that chorus is a little bit too on the nose. But like again, like what are the lyrics, man? Wow, the pre-chorus. Staying up all night long, singing their favorite songs, making out in the car, doing shots at the bar. I don't know. I just feel like it's pretty underwritten. All right, track 8, In the Rain. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of like Britney production for sure. It's not really doing much for me though right now. Actually, you know what those drums remind me of? Those are like some Timberland drums. I feel like the vocals are super drowned out though, no? That one was super melodic. I get why people were saying it was their favorite. It's pretty vibey. But honestly, like, there wasn't much other than like the very Timberland-esque drums. I don't know. I thought it was cool. It was fine. Fine. I don't think the lyrics were like as standout bad there. You know, some of the vocal like layering was cool. Yeah, it was fine while I was on, just not too stand out to me. The vibe. All right, Famous Gun, track 9. This is the last single. This was cool. It was probably maybe my favorite single. I might say this is my favorite. I think this one has grown to be my favorite. Very Britney, for sure. Especially the vocals on this part. But my issue with this track is just the writing. Like, so many people have made songs about their fame. What is this one doing that should make me feel something? Not really anything it's not really saying anything all that new. I like the melody though. It's a good melody. Good melody. And I do like that little synth. The synth hits are really good. I dare I say this is probably my favorite song on the album so far. The synth again. I like the production on this song a lot. My favorite. Even though I think, again, the writing is whatever, but, you know. Yeah, that's my favorite song, I think. I mean, I wasn't crazy about it when I first heard it, but, you know, I think it's got a pretty catchy melody, easily the most memorable melody to me out of all the singles. It is a very Britney vocal, but like I think it works. I think, and I love the little synth hits throughout the track. My only issue with the song is the writing. It's just not that interesting of a take on fame at all. And it's not very conveying at all. But like whatever. All right, times like this, or times like these. Track 10. Too old to blame my dad. Daddy issues. Bridge. She loves talking about her music on the radio. She has so many songs about music on the radio. Or she has so many lyrics about music on the radio. Or just like listening to the radio. Or her song playing. I'm liking the trip hop feel, certainly. I mean, I think the lyrics here are coming off a little bit more conveying. I think everyone gets kind of like anxiety and stuff from life moving too fast, so I get it. I think it's the most relatable lyrically. All right, that's another solid one to be honest. That might be my favorite too. I don't know. I like the trip hop production is really good on that. Those chords are nice. I think lyrically that is the most convincing song there's been here so far. I don't think it's like the most poetic at all, but like I think it works for what it is. I think the idea of life moving too fast, it's relatable. I'm not sure about this bridge though. Head out the window, my song on the radio. She loves talking about her songs on the radio. But you know, it was cool. Oh wait, this is the end of the album pretty much? Because then we just get the interlude. I didn't know the closing track was Headphones On. Yeah, she released way too many singles for this. Life's no fun through clear waters. Low-pitched vocals with the string arrangements. Is it gonna transition at least? All right, please tell me it transitions. Oh, okay. What's the point? Headphones On. Again, cool production, stupid lyrics, decent melody. Song's okay. Use a cigarette to make her feel better. I mean, it's not even that. It's just the whole chorus. So I put my headphones on. Listen to my favorite song. This is the chorus. I do like the production. All the trip hop vibes on here are really, they're nice like influences, and then she certainly has like a taste that I think is cool. Just gotta get better at certain stuff, man. There wasn't a vocal moment on here where I was like, oh, that was impressive. Not once. For when her mother and Young Gravy had the PR thing going on, that was weird. Got a cute melody. But I put my headphones on. Okay, well, that's the album. Addison Rae, debut album, Addison. First initial thoughts on that. I think this is a perfectly okay debut album. I think, honestly, after listening to it, I now realizing, like, she shouldn't have not put out this many singles because like half of this was already out. I didn't know there was 2 little short interludes, which really didn't add much to the album experience overall. They could have transitioned them into each other much nicer way. I would have preferred that. But as far as the deep cuts go, I mean, New York, not into that one. I think Money Is Everything had a cool thing going on, but like it was way too scant to really amount to anything. Summer Forever was kind of just doing a Lana thing. In the Rain, I think was just kind of okay. I think my favorite tracks on here were Fame Is a Gun and Times Like These. But yeah, I mean, I feel like if you were into the singles, you're probably gonna like this album a lot more than me. I think my issues that I have with the singles remain the same for the rest of the album. I think Addison pulls from some really cool influences. I like a lot of the trip hop vibes on this album. I like a lot of the 2000s vibes. I like a lot of the Madonna influence. I like a lot of the, all that Y2K influence I think is cool. But my biggest issue remains the lyrics. Like, the thing is, Addison is not a very strong vocalist. She can get better, but I don't ever expect her to be like a great vocalist. So she kind of has to make up for that with like stronger songwriting and just stronger songs. I don't really think she's doing anything as of now that sticks out. Like, sure, she has some cool influences, but what are you bringing new to the table? What are you doing different? It's like the same issue I had with Tate McRae. You know, you're pulling for some cool influences, but what is new here? What is so interesting I could pull away from? And it's fine while it's on. Production's decent. It's nothing that I think I'm ever going to really go back to. So yeah, I just think, you know, hopefully whatever she does next, she, number one, improve the songwriting, please. That is the number one thing you have to do, improve the songwriting. And then just like take these influences that you have and, you know, bring something new to the table. Try some other stuff out. It's an okay debut pop album.